Greetings internet peopleoids, Darkly Dave here again. This video I'm going to be doing the horror movie tag by Horror Whore. You should check her channel out, it's rather cool. Anyway, without further ado and into another not very original sort of video, but these are fun to do and people seem to like watching them, so what the hell. And it is coming up on Halloween. Question 1. What is the first horror movie you remember watching? Probably either Ghost in the Darkness. I don't know whether you'd count that as a horror movie or not though. But other than that, split down the middle, I would say Alien and The Crow. Again, I don't know whether The Crow counts as a horror movie or not. It's in a funny position. But those two, definitely. Question 2. What is your favourite horror movie? I'd have to split it between 3 and say Dog Soldiers for one was fucking fantastic. Ghost Ship was another really good one that is still a bit freaky even watching it now. I mean, it's not scary, but it just makes your skin crawl a little bit. And finally, Let the Right One In, the original version, not the crappy remake, the original, which I also have the book for, and is really, really good. That and honourable mention also to any of the Hannibal films, and especially the series by Bryan Singer. Fantastic stuff, and a little close to my personal aesthetic. That and Hammer Horror. Anything with Vincent Price as well. Anyway, next question. Question 3. What is your favourite horror movie genre? I would say supernatural thrillers or monster movies. So either of those two we're probably set. Gorefests just make me laugh most of the time because they're very silly sometimes. Entertaining, don't get me wrong, and the physical effects are often amazing in those, but they tend to be funny sort of horror movies. Question 4. And what genre scares you the most? Definitely would be the supernatural thriller ones. Anything with exorcisms tends to get to me purely because my family has a tendency to be what my mother would call sensitive. So a lot of us, premonitions, seeing ghosts, have a tendency to blow light bulbs up when we get stressed out or cranky. You flick the switch and bang! And it's not one freak occurrence, it happens a lot. An aunt of mine does it just walking under them. But yeah, definitely the seeing ghosts thing, that rings a little close to personal experiences. Question 5. The last horror movie that actually scared you? Possibly When the Lights Went Out. It's an English one. That was rather good, and the first time I saw that, made my skin crawl. That and the first time I saw The Exorcism of Emily Rose was another one. There's a couple of others as well that generally it's a good idea not to watch alone, finishing at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning after working all day when you're home alone. Not a good idea at all, especially if you're drinking absinthe at the same time. Question 6. Your ultimate scream queen? I don't really have one. Really. I don't know whether Sigourney Weaver counts. And Jamie Lee Curtis as well. don't know. I've got a few I like, but not one specific one, really. Question 7. A concept that you'd like to see in horror? Something akin to American Horror Story's Coven, with a thing like, Blair Witch thing. Blair Witch isn't that very scary if you know what you're doing as far as witchcraft is concerned. It's kind of funny. But a proper, well-researched one like The Witch, or another English independent one called Outcast. I like movies that do their research. I'd really like to see proper Grimm's fairy tales done the same way that a series with Jim Henson called Storyteller, where they did proper fairy tales. So it's not all Disneyfied and pretty and lovely. They tend to be dark, bleak, and generally unpleasant. So I'd like to see more of that sort of thing. I'd like to see fairies and monsters that actually behave like they do in the folklore. They haven't been messed around with for artistic license. But that's not likely to happen. At least not for a while. As some independent filmmakers get bigger, maybe it'll happen. Question 8. Your favourite on-screen kill? There's about 3 of them in Dog Soldiers that were really good, especially the scene with Spoon. But also the montage in Ghost Ship, when it's revealed what's actually going on with the ship and you see the history of how everything got the way it is. That scene is awesome. But for a specific on-screen kill, I don't know. Too many to pick. It's a cop-out, I know. Actually, the one in The Frighteners would be a good one. The, what's his name? The FBI agent with his lead breastplate and straight dead. That was a good one. Question 9. Favorite horror franchise? I would say it would be a toss-up between the Hannibal TV series by Bryan Singer. As far as franchises go, I don't really follow many. Like, I've seen a few of the big name ones, but they don't generally strike a chord. I've also really been enjoying Hemlock Grove as well. They were rather good. And the original Being Human, the UK series, the American one was a dumpster fire. But the American Horror Story series are all pretty good, so I'd go with all of those. Question 10. Favorite horror director? Probably Ridley Scott. I like the way he uses suspense, but oh, what's his name? Shit. Anyway, we'll go with that one. So yeah, Ridley Scott, definitely. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video for whatever reason, hit the like button, it'd be much appreciated. And you can check out links to my channel below, along with links to my Twitter and Tumblr if you want to check those out. Feel free to leave comments below, and thank you so much for watching.